Hello, my name is Kevin Bixby with Carlton Industrial Automation. I would like to demonstrate for you the Manual Batcher Data Manager software that goes along with our Manual Batcher Task Expert software on the IND780. What we have is a TCP/IP data collection software that can connect, in this case, to up to 7 different IND780s running the Task Expert application. Currently we are not connected to those, but for our demonstration purposes this should suffice. The setup for the TCP/IP can be done here on the setup screen, and an IP address can be assigned along with a description for each of the different lines. We'll exit that. We'll also go through and show you that this screen serves as the main operation screen, which includes a material usage screen. Material usage will show usage of each material and also inventory levels of those materials. As long as inventory levels it's required to maintain inventory levels, we can show them and display that for the customer right from the main screen here. The bottom grid down here will show each transaction, each item that gets weighed, with a lot number, a batch number, the particular mill number in this case, the item, the recipe, the date and time stamp of when it was weighed, the ingredient name, the actual weight, the target weight. All this information is being sent from the IND780 via the Ethernet connection. I'll go into the recipe manager now, and with the recipe manager what we're doing is creating the recipes in the manner that the IND780 requires them, the format that the IND780 can call them up. What we have here is this formula editor, allowing to have up to 30 lines in each formula. The formula will allow us to have a drop down for each material, and we can go through and select any of the items here, any of the material items. In this case, this database is actually tied to the customer's Access database. We can use SQL, we can use Access, or any ODBC compliant database that the customer may be using. What I'll do for example purposes is just show you that you can drop down, select the material, enter in a target weight, enter in a tolerance, and in this case enter in a scale. If we're working with multiple scales, the IND780 manual batching software can be configured to use any of the 4 internal scales that the IND780 has. Plus it can also be used to add in multiple. We've gone up to 6 scales total, which included two serial scales. They're not actually a scale in the IND780, but the multitasking of the IND780 allows us to use the serial port for a scale very easily. For example purposes, again, what I'll do is go in and load an existing formula. We can click on the drop down here and choose the customer's formula, click the edit button, and it'll bring that particular recipe to the screen for display and editing. Shows you each material, what the target weights are, what the tolerances are, and again which scale that these items will be weighed on. We can also save the formula as a different name. If I wanted to change the name of this formula and just call it Kevin's formula, by doing this I've just saved it. It says the formula is stored. I'll close that. If I wanted to now drop down, I can go through Kevin's formula and bring it up, and now I've got a copy of that, and now I can just make small adjustments to any of the data in the formula. Makes it easy for creating multiple formulas. Alright, the box down in the center, the lower center, is actually the one that will allow it to send the recipe data, the existing recipe file, to the IND780. We do this via FTP, and in this case they can select whichever line they want to send it to, and then click the FTP to selected 780. It asks, are you sure you want to send this recipe to line 7? Say yes. Since we're not connected, we'll say no for this part. That's all it is for the recipe editor. We can actually close the screen, and we're back to sitting here. This would be where we would normally sit and wait for data to come in a line at a time from the 780. That concludes the demo. There are reporting capabilities. This customer's manual batcher did not have internal reporting because they were using Access to do the reporting. So this particular unit does not have a report developer and report screen. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll be able to work with you in the future.